Obviously you do, but those people who don't think immigration has an impact, and mass immigration, legal and illegal, without assimilation, that doesn't have an impact, well, you couldn't be more wrong. Every Friday, from Aristotle to Cicero to the Founding Fathers, all the way up to the 70s, even Democrats understood that it did. You have a complete cultural change, a societal change, when you do to a nation what's been done to our nation, what's been done to Europe, and it's not done with. It's not over. We're seeing a very bleak period around the planet now, a dark period, dark clouds hovering over virtually every Western society. And those dark clouds are the imposition of a Marxist-Islamist ideology, and the smothering of the Enlightenment, and it is stunning how quickly this has happened, but it's happened. And it's happening again across the planet, in our own country. The Democrats want this. The Labor Party wants it. The liberal parties want it. The socialist parties want it. The left wants it, regardless of what they call themselves, because they're power hungry. They will be, unfortunately for them, eliminated once this revolution by immigration is completed. They are useful idiots. Over at Breitbart, one of the great sites, John Binder writes, decades of mass legal immigration in New York City, New York, have propelled socialist, should be Marxist-Islamist, Zohran Mamdani's campaign to be the city's next mayor, a new poll reveals. The poll published by Patriot Polling shows New York City's foreign-born voters are lining up in droves to support Mamdani, an immigrant himself, and his agenda against former New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo and lifelong New Yorker Curtis Sliwa. While the polls show Mamdani leading with 43% of the mayoral race, his lead with the city's foreign-born voting base is vastly larger. Among New York City voters born outside the United States, Mamdani leads with a whopping 62%, compared to Cuomo's 24% and Sliwa's 12%. Meanwhile, among native-born Americans in New York City, Cuomo leads with 40%, Mamdani 31%, Sliwa with 25%. Catholic and Jewish voters, the poll finds, are also turned off to Mamdani, with just 29% of Catholics supporting the socialist and 30% of Jews. Those Jews have to be absolutely insane. Cuomo leads with both groups, 41% from Catholics, 63% from Jews. Now, interestingly, they write, despite Mamdani claiming to be the voice of New York City's downtrodden poor and working class, his base of support resides in the most expensive boroughs, Manhattan and Brooklyn. The poll sees Mamdani leading in Manhattan, where the average rent is more than $5,700 a month, with 47%. And in Brooklyn, where the average rent is nearly $4,500 a month, with 55%. The Bronx, by far New York City's least costly borough to live in, prefers Cuomo to Mamdani by a thin margin, while Mamdani falls far behind Cuomo and Sliwa in Staten Island. Folks, I have a question for you. Do you believe America's best days are still ahead? With the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence coming up in less than a year, my friends at the Heritage Foundation are taking stock of the current situation, and they need your input. They've launched a survey on America's future to gauge how Americans feel right now about where we are as a nation and where we're headed in the next 250 years. You know, for decades, your American values have been under attack, but now, with President Trump's administration in office, we have an opportunity opportunity to turn the tide and usher in a new golden age for America. But the Heritage Foundation needs to hear from you. What policies do patriots like you most care about? What do you believe are the defining principles of America? What legacy do you believe we should pass on to the next generation? Please visit heritage.org/Levin today and share your feedback and help shape the future of America. That's heritage.org/LEVIN. Paid for by the Heritage Foundation. So immigration. Now, obviously, all immigrants are not like this. I meet them all the time. Wonderful people come to the book signings and other events. So I'm excluding those who come here who become American patriots with allegiance to America. I'm not talking about them. The problem is there's not enough of them, legal or illegal. We have been so inundated with foreigners in this country at a clip we've never seen before, and even before, when we saw significant immigration into the country, there was an assimilation process in our public schools, in local government and state government, and in our media. No such assimilation process exists anymore. The radical left-wing extremist teachers unions run K through 12. The radical left-wing extremists and the faculty of one college after another. Our media is filled with people who hate the country. And so the culture has been largely devoured. We even see it in some faiths. We even see it in some churches and synagogues. What's taking place? So the only pushback there is, shows like mine, but at the kitchen table, at the dinner table. That is the family itself. There's really no other pushback, no other organized or systemic pushback. So the instrumentalities of a society that are supposed to be used to reinforce that society have been conquered. 1619 Project, CRT, DEI, Marxist economic and socialist economic belief systems. It's true. And so in New York, what we see is that the immigrant population, including the legal immigrant population, is voting overwhelmingly for Mamdani. When you have citizens, people, not even naturalized citizens, people born in our country, who are not taught the fundamentals of this country, the greatness of this country, patriotism and allegiance to this country, but the opposite, that the country's no damn good, that it was founded in a bastardized society, that it is racist, that it is bigoted, that it is unfair, that it's unequal, that there's too many billionaires, and on and on and on with the Marxist claptrap, now intermingled with the Islamist claptrap, the radical Islamist claptrap. You have a poisonous brew. You have a metastasizing cancer. It's all over Europe. But it's in America. It's in America right now. When you debate a Mamdani, these are the things that should be brought up. There's a debate in about 45 minutes. It's another debate. The Democrat Party is in on this now. The Democrat Party is relying on these societal elements, on these populations, on these ideologies for power. It has abandoned the American founding, American history, the American Declaration and Constitution. They only bring it up when they think they can use it against their opponents, but they don't believe in it. They don't believe in power checking power, separation of powers. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in elections. And don't hand me Donald Trump. They don't believe in elections. That's why they rely so much on unelected judges, particularly at the trial level, 700-800 of them. That's why they massively build up the bureaucracy. The Leviathan. The Leviathan. And that's why they will fight to the bitter end to expand it and to increase programs, to spend us into bankruptcy, not on your behalf, but on behalf of government. Government, first and foremost. That is their tool by which to control we the people. Even now, they have, quote-unquote, shut down the government. Why? Because they want to add $1.5 trillion to it. So what's a little despotism, as Marx said, on the way to the promised land? So foreign-born voters are behind Zohran Mamdani's huge lead in the New York City mayoral race.